Hello and welcome back. I hope you're all doing okay. I'm going to get stuck in again because it's a little bit of a longer one than usual. I have grabbed Legacy from Madame Glam. That is going on. I'm trying to remember all of them. So this is the thumbnail and it's going to be all red. Really wanted to use Sunset in Florida. If you know, you know. But I can't get it anymore and I'm running low and I want to save it for like emergencies. Like if I'm doing my own nails. So then I used Divine Noel, which is a limited edition, stop messaging me, a limited edition one from their advent calendar. Then Baby Boy from Kiki London. So we've gone red on the thumb from Madame Glam, green onto the pinky from Madame Glam, Kiki London's baby blue on the ring finger, and then Born Pretty's Milky Jelly Gel on the index and middle. So you can save 30% at Madame Glam using my code LittleNailRoom30. You can save 20%, 10%. I don't know. I'll let you know in the description box. Kiki London, the code is TLNR. Same for Born Pretty. You can save 12%. Using code TLNR10. I haven't changed it yet. I do keep meaning to, but I will get around to it at some point. We've done 2 coats of all of the colours on all of the nails, and then I've grabbed Bold White, again from Madame Glam. It is awesome. Super, super pigmented. It is so bright. It is perfect. So I'm doing a French with that on the middle finger. So today's design is actually my design for this week's Charlie's Nail Art Supplies collaboration. Every week, ambassadors take part. Someone hosts, sorry. So someone chooses the theme, and then we all take part in coming up with a theme, with a design. I literally cannot talk today. Come up with a design using at least one product from Charlie's Nail Art Supplies, and that gets like made into a collage every Friday or Saturday, and then we can see, like, everyone can see everyone's designs, and it's really cool because even though it's like one theme, one idea, the amount of like variation that you get is awesome. You can see everyone's like ideas coming together. It's really, really good. And this week it is called Garden Party. So I had a little think and I had a little scroll and I drew up a little design, and I found this one idea. Like, this lady had made a couple of 3D things on the nail and I was like, oh my god, we've got to do that. So for the ring finger, so I think it's the thumb, the ring and the pinky. We don't really do anything too other than just like gel products and a charm, but the other two are awesome. I love them. So the ring finger, we've just done like that weird alien-y, it always gives me alien vibes, I don't know why. So you kind of want to draw, like, you go to draw a circle that's coming off the edge of the nail, and then you do it elsewhere and do it elsewhere, and when all those lines have touched, you fill in the little bits and it gives you that effect, and I really, really like it. So we did that in green, the same green on the pinky. Then on the thumbnail I grabbed some black gel paint, a straight line right down the middle, which turned out, I feel like it's not like central. I don't know why. But looking on the camera, it kind of looks like it, but then I can see that, I don't know if it's central or not. But we've drawn a line down the centre. Then we filled in like the free edge all in black, and then we've grabbed a dotting tool and I'm going to do symmetrical. It's a ladybird. We all know it's a ladybird. Symmetrical black dots on both sides of that black line for his little wings. Now, I really like working with not black gel paint, any gel paint, do not care. When I first got Madame Glam's white and black gel paint, I loved them, and I feel like it's changed a little bit, the black one more than the white one. I don't think it's, maybe I just need to give it a stir more often. Maybe that's the thing. I feel like it separates a little bit. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing the same. but you've noticed that I've been using Born Pretty's Pro Painting Gel like almost exclusively. It's because of that. So I don't know, maybe I'll just try and stir it like every single use, and maybe that'll fix the issue. I don't know. So that one is pretty much done. The thumbnail, we've added 2 little white dots for the eyes of the ladybird on the thumb, and that's been cured. And I do end up base coating before we top coat, just to smooth everything out because of those like lumps and circles and bumps and stuff. For the pinky, I added a little bit of bold white that we used on the French to the green that we used like to cover the whole nail, Divine Noel. Mix them together to create a nicer, lighter green, and just did like a leafy, veiny pattern. But every time I looked at it, it just didn't look quite right. And it wasn't until the very end that I realised it's because, like, if you hold it the other way round, so obviously the point is pointing down towards me, and the whole time I was like, it just doesn't look right. And it wasn't until I was holding them at the end, if I held it like this, it looked better, because obviously that's where the stem would be. Do you know what I'm saying? It just looked better this way. But I ended up painting this like 2 times, because every single time I was like, there's something not quite right about it. And the last time I painted it, I was like, you know what, I don't care. It looks leafy enough. And, you know, and like I said, it wasn't until the very end I was like, that's why. I think that's what was tricking my brain a little bit, bugging me out a little bit, but it's fine. We've used a little bit of base coat mixed with whatever, I think it was the black gel paint on my palette, just to make it a little bit like a shadow black. Add some shadowing to that leaf, and it definitely helped. You just want to give it like the lightest touch, and only in like certain areas, and it just makes such a drastic change with such a subtle, you're just doing the tiniest amount of work, but it just adds so much more depth. And then it was time to use the products from Charlie's. So you can save 10% at Charlie's as well using NailRoom10 as your code. Pop that in at the checkout. So this is going on the ring finger. I did contemplate putting both of the Ladybug charms on, but I thought they're quite chunky. We'll leave it at 1. It's always best to do a little bit less than it is to do too much, you know? But then it was time to play. So I grabbed my, is it called, yeah, 4D UV gel. So it's like a plasticine clay kind of thing. And it is really easy to work with. It is awesome. Absolutely love it. And I found out that Vetsy always, what's the word? Vetsy stocks this. Vetsy sells this. I don't know what the word I'm looking for was. But I got this from Shein, however you want to say it. But yeah, I found out that Vetsy have it, so that'll get to you a lot quicker, I think, than Shein will. So the yellow one, just make a sausage, lay it across the nail. Do the exact same thing with the pink one. I did a little bit thinner and a little bit longer, and the pink one is going on the same nail as well, but like a different angle, different position. And whilst I was making the pink part, the yellow one was in the lamp, just having like a quick flash cure, and then once the pink one is on, it's going to go in for a full cure anyway. So we haven't finished with those ones. They're not done. But while I was using the clay, I thought, you know, we may as well do the rest of the nails that need clay on them. So I grabbed the red one as well, and I always start with like a ball, and then shape it into a teardrop for things like this, whether it be like a leaf or a petal or anything like that. I think balls, yep, teardrops, they are the shapes to go for when you're working with like clay. So then I grabbed my gel application brush, the one that I always use to work with like builder gels in pots and stuff, and then dipping it in a little bit of alcohol. I'm trying to treat it as if it was like a polygel or something like that. I usually use like the silicone tools and stuff, but I saw someone using just a nice gel application brush dipped in a bit of IPA, so I thought we'll try it, see if it's a little bit smoother with the designing and the shaping and the moulding, and it actually was. It was a lot easier, especially when it was like rounding off the edges on like when it's about to touch the nail, do you know what I mean? And then gave that, like I said, same thing that we did with the caterpillars. Whilst I was making the pink bit, the yellow bit was in the lamp, so whilst I was making this bit and taking the hair out, the red part was in the lamp while I was making like the skin coloured, fleshy, not skin coloured, because all skin's different. It's like, see, I thought it was going to be like a stone colour, but it's more like a really, really pale shade of brown, like, but a bit translucent at the same time. It's a really funky colour. So I ended up grabbing no maps and a little bit of white and mixing them together to create that sort of like mushroom colour that I wanted. And of course I forgot to record actually doing the mushroom. So we've got the colours that I mentioned and some white dots on the actual mushroom cap. Toadstool cap? I don't know. I'm going with toadstool. So using the same brown no maps colour on the yellow caterpillar, we've just drawn some lines, and while it's still wet, I'm going in with a thinner brush and just like dabbling black gel paint in between both of those, and then all around the edges, like the sides of the caterpillar. Oh my gosh, I actually love it. And then I didn't know like what colour to use for the pink one. I was thinking maybe orange, but then I thought it won't stand out as much, so then I maybe yellow, and I thought, well, I just didn't know. So I had green on the palette already, so I just grabbed the green, and I'm very glad I did, because it is perfect. And it's literally the same thing over again, just some nice thick lines, and then just dabbing with the black gel paint on a thinner brush. So in between all of the lines that you've just done, I think I tried, looking at it now, I think I tried to do more on the top and then it getting sparser towards the edge maybe. That's what it kind of looks like, doesn't it? But then I do go back in and go like all around the edges as well, which I think I do record. Bear with. And hopefully I actually have. And then that is pretty much it. I think we've just got a base and top. And guess what? I actually ordered all of the wood and all of the bits that we need to make a start on my new desk. I'm so excited. I'm going to try and film some videos. It might just be members that get to see the building of the new desk, but I'll try and keep you all updated a little, like, enough sort of thing, because I'm going to be a busy girl, a very busy girl. So like I said, when I do any kind of art like this, I always base coat before top coating. So give everything a good thick base coat, give it hold it upside down a little bit first, put it in the lamp, give it a full cure, and then I've actually grabbed Kiki London's top. It is so thick and it levels out so well. So again, still holding it upside down before I pop it in the lamp, just to make sure that it's just perfect. And it is. I love these so much. Whilst it's not something I would personally wear, my little caterpillars are so cute. I love the design, and I think the theme garden party is quite broad, so you could do like cocktails in the garden, you could do pool party, you could do a picnic, you could just do flowers. I went for more of like the bugs in the garden and sitting down, and if you were having a picnic, the little bugs would come over. They always come over, don't they? And ladybirds are cute, caterpillars are cute, and I love toadstools. Just perfect. So don't forget that everything I've used is in the description box down below with links and discount codes to save lots and lots of money. If you like the video, please do consider hitting that like button and the subscribe button if you don't mind. yeah, I really do hope you liked it. Let me know what you think. Which one is your favourite? Have you got the 4D gel, or have you tried making like anything like 4D, 3D on nails? If so, what did you make and how easy or hard was it? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for Triple F Flinging Flanging Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye.